questions. Coach, if you could begin.
Okay, Zach. Well, first of all, hope everyone had a good bye week. It's great to get started into game week preparations. First announcement I want to make is regarding Daryl Taylor. Daryl Taylor has been suspended indefinitely. There's been no timetable set on his return. He'll have certain stipulations and requirements that must be met. There are multiple factors that have led to this decision, and that will be my only statement at this point in time regarding Daryl. In terms of the bye week, I thought we had a very, very productive bye week. We were able to get a lot of things accomplished from a lot of our freshmen and younger players that really haven't accumulated reps over time to really get them quality, try to really manufacture game speed repetitions. I think it was good for our health, getting some individuals hopefully back here very shortly and just playing football. In terms of South Carolina, a very, very, very good football team. They're going to be coming in here with a lot of confidence. And when you look at their football team, they force you to execute in all three phases. They're +7 in the turnover margin. As we all know, they really scored 4 times on defense last week. One was taken off the board. 2 of them occurred in the same possession or same drive. And again, really good football team with a lot of confidence. 4-2, 2 of their losses have been very close as well. So a great challenge, a great opportunity, and it all starts with preparation. So I'll answer any questions you all may have.
Vince?
Coach, are there any players that during the open week you're considering moving to another position in the at least experiment position changes at all?
No, not really. In terms of positional changes, it was really more important to just get these individuals repetitions, and not just from an offensive and defensive standpoint, but also from a special team standpoint as well. And some individuals that haven't played yet, like a Shannon Reed, can he help us on special teams? All those things were constantly growing our depth. I thought was really the biggest value of the bye week.
Coach, how did your quarterbacks practice last week, and have you made the decision on which quarterback to start against South Carolina?
Yeah, we tried to put, again, just like every other position group, tried to manufacture as many game-like conditions as possible, from coming out to 1 minute to driving the football to red zone, and really try to put them in those type of situations. We'll still continue to compete just like anyone else, and we'll see how this week of preparation goes.
Questions? Rob, Steve?
Coach, just a receiver, I know you had some guys miss some time last week, but through 5 games, how do you evaluate the play right there? Obviously, losing Jawan was a blow, but how much help the quarterbacks in that position?
Progressing, you talking about the wide receivers? Progressing, and we're going to need some individuals to step up, and some youngsters. You're not a freshman anymore, and you've gone through a number of weeks now at this level, and we're going to need some individuals to step up and create some big plays down the road. We're going to see a lot of man-to-man coverage, and when you look at South Carolina, everything is about contested footballs. They do a great job of playing the ball in the air. They do a great job of breaking and driving on the football, and in this conference, every throw is contested. So I'd say their development has been ongoing, but as an entire position group, we need more. And we need more big plays, we need more explosive plays, and like we spoke about last week, it's hard to play perfect. You need big plays, and a lot of times it starts on the perimeter of your offense, and those individuals have worked very, very hard, and they're coming to work every day, and I see them progressing, but we're going to continue to need more as the season progresses.
Steve?
Just going back to the quarterbacks, what specifically are you wanting to see from them to what's going to make your decision? Is there any specific thing you're looking for out of one?
A number of things. First of all, taking care of the football. We cannot turn the football over. It starts with making good decisions with the football. I think the quarterback characteristics of leadership, bringing energy every day, command of the offense, and then again, it gets back to decision-making decisions. Decision-making process is everything, and then just consistency and performance, day in and day out, whether it's practice on game day, and being able to make the routine plays, whether it's a hitch, whether it's a curl, whether it's a slant, whether it's a throw to the flat or whether it's a read in the RPO game or decisions in the zone read, all those things that go into it. So I would say decision making and taking care of the football and the quarterback attributes that we talk about all the time.
Blake, Nathaniel, and John.
Butch, how do you feel like Corte's staff has played since moving in the starting lineup, and what's the next step for his development?
Been very, very pleased with him. I think Corte has continued to grow and develop each and every day of practice and each and every game as well. And you can see he's playing with a lot more confidence. He's trusting his eyes and his instincts a lot more. And he's also now stepping up and becoming a vocal leader as well. So we've been very pleased with the progression of him. And again, I think the bye week really helped him because, again, he was able to gain more repetitions. But I see a young man who's getting more and more confident.
Nathaniel.
Coach, back here. Coach, you mentioned after the Georgia game that all the positions were open for starters to win back starting jobs. Have you seen anyone step up? It looks like they could try to get into a starting job that didn't have one previously.
Yes, I do. I think it's still ongoing. And again, we practiced on, for 3 days. And so again, it'll be an accumulation of last week's preparation and this preparation as well to see how it goes. But again, I like the way the players came out and competed. I like their approach. I thought it was, if not the best bye week, one of the best bye weeks we've had here in a very, very long time. I like their approach. And we were in full pads and liked the way they approached the bye week. And I think a lot of times, you can approach the bye week as though it's an off week. And our players didn't do that. They approached it as a week to get better and improve. And so I like that from what I saw. Now we need to continue to grow and elevate that as we get into game week preparation now.
John and Jesse.
Butch, will Callaway be able to play this week?
Yes. Yep. So he'll actually be out at practice today, and that'll be big for us, not only from an offensive standpoint, but from a special team standpoint as well.
Jesse.
I was actually going to ask about Callaway as well, but pivot just offensively, as coaches, you guys were obviously able to evaluate the film deeper this week. What has been, based on that evaluation, the biggest thing you guys holding the offense back right now?
I think it's a number of things. I think it's all 11 individuals working collectively as one. When you go back and you watch the video, is 9 individuals do the right thing, 10 individuals do the right thing, and that's why it's the greatest team sport going, is all 11 individuals have to be together as one. So I think that's the first thing, just the overall discipline to execute. I think the big play has been missing from our offense. It's hard to play perfect. So the ability to manufacture big plays, and we have an opportunity for a big play, we have to make that happen, whether it's a 50-50 ball or whether it's, the receivers blocking out on the perimeter and getting our running backs extra running lanes or extra room. The overall strain up front, we talk about 6 seconds, 3 great efforts. So we actually counted those out this week in terms of what it takes. So I think just a high level of consistency, execution, first down efficiency. It's hard to recover when you're second 12, second 14, and then taking care of the football.
Danny.
Coach, it seems like communication was an issue between wide receiver and quarterbacks in Gainesville. How's that progression coming? And has any thought at all been put into maybe huddling to help out with that, since you're not really going tempo that much?
No, we'll continue to be a no-huddle football team, and a lot goes into being a no-huddle football team. And we always talk about when you're teaching it, it's easier to slow down than it is to speed up. Our tempo does have to increase. We all know that, but it wasn't really verbal communication or lack of communication. It was assignments. It was basically, if I have a 5-yard hitch route, it's got to be a 5-yard hitch route. It can't be a 12-yard hitch route. All those little nuances that really are born through the trust of working together day in and day out of practice. It really wasn't, a verbal thing or a body language type communication thing. I think it was just really paying attention to the small details and the discipline to have those details. And then when you get in that type of environment, having the mental toughness to work through the crowd noise or whatever that entails of going on the road. And we've worked exceptionally hard with that. And, it's something that we'll continue to stress.
Steve.
Obviously, coming off the two SEC losses, you had the suspension with Taylor on the off week. Just where do you feel the team's at right now, just in terms of mentally, unity, that type of thing?
Yeah. You know, I see these individuals every single day. I'm around them every day, and the locker room is strong. The team is strong, and we've had a lot of individuals step up and emerge as leaders as the bye week has continued to progress. And you know, like I told them, we have to learn from our mistakes. You have to learn from the past, but you got to let the past go now. And I think sometimes the growth and maturation of individual players and of a football team, you start thinking about last week, 2 weeks ago. We can't get that back. The only day we have is today. And so, you know, that's really been our messaging is, you know, getting back to being 1-0, just win the day. But from terms of being around our players, and, you know, they're as strong and they're as committed as they've ever been, and I see it every day. And, you know, that's what leads me to believe we're going to be okay. I mean, I see it every single day, and there's a lot of individuals that take great pride in being part of Tennessee football and understanding what it entails. But I think with a lot of the older players, we've been here before. You know, we've been through this. And so the only way you go about it is to put your head down and continue to work every day.
Last couple, Jimmy and Vince.
Butch, have you been a little bit disappointed with the offensive line's play?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. When you have to play perfect, you know, we're getting more 8 and 9 men in the box. We're getting more 2-man than we've ever received before. So I think it's a combination. And again, there's things that they've done very, very well. So I think it's not just one particular position. It's just consistency and performance and the discipline to execute over a 12-play drive, over a 10-play drive. You know, being able to execute in critical moments in situational football. And all 11 individuals working together as one. Because, you know, you could bring the film on, there's a lot of good things that happen, but the mistakes that we're making have been catastrophic mistakes that cost you from doing well, and it cost you games, from turnovers to not executing in situational football, those small details. And again, we work very, very hard at it, and we're going to continue to work very hard at it.
Last question, Vince.
Coach, you mentioned the quarterbacks are still competing, and obviously you want to get both of them prepared to be able to play and play well. How are you dividing the first team reps with those guys, and does that limit the preparation you can have for those guys if they're not able to get as many reps with the first team?
Well, the way we've always, you know, handled that situation is, you know, the number one gets the bulk of the reps, but number two gets a lot of reps as well. And the reps are probably 60-40. And again, the bye week occurred at the right time because of 50-50, but also the repetitions, we were able to get Will McBride as well, as he's one snap away from being the number 2 quarterback. So there's a lot that goes into that. I think it's also having a system, but like I told our quarterbacks, you don't have to get a physical rep to get a rep. You can get a leadership rep by having all the wideouts stand around you and going over your progression and going over what you're thinking. You can get a mental rep if, you know, I know you guys are only at practice for a few couple periods, but we're in team. All of our quarterbacks are 15 yards behind the ball, and when the ball is snapped, they're going into their drops and they're talking about their progressions. So there's a lot of repetitions that can be incurred throughout the course of practice. It may not be a physical rep, but it can be a mental rep and a leadership rep. And as we all know, you need every kind of rep to be able to perform at a high level.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll do Coach Scott and Coach Shoup tonight after practice in here.